my friends from the PTP, your personal teaching program. My name is Gustavo Spescici and I am your English teacher here for the channel. And today we are going to talk about something which, although is very simple, can be a little tricky when learning a language, especially when learning English, which are the rules for question formation. Olá, meus amigos do PTP, Personal Teaching Program. Eu sou Gustavo Spescici e trago aqui para vocês mais um vídeo, né, sobre um tema que pode parecer um pouco simples, mas que pode ser um pouco traiçoeiro aí, que é a questão das regras de formação de perguntas, ok? This video will be a little different because it will be carried out all in English. Então esse vídeo vai ser um pouquinho diferente dos outros que eu trabalhei, que eu sempre mantive uma interlocução aí entre o inglês e o português. Então esse vídeo vai ser todo feito em inglês, ok? Eu vou dividi-lo em duas partes, né? A primeira com 3 regras e a segunda com as outras 3 regras. Okay, so this video will be divided in 2 parts. Okay, the first one containing 3 rules and the second one containing the other 3 rules plus exercises. Okay, I hope you enjoy it and don't forget to subscribe in our channel, okay, to activate the bell to receive new videos, and I hope you enjoy this class. Olá, meus amigos do PTP, né, o seu Personal Teaching Program. Eu sou o professor Gustavo Spescici e hoje, nesse novo vídeo aqui do canal, eu vou falar sobre uma coisa muito comum, um erro muito comum e dúvida muito comum de vários alunos, que é como fazer perguntas, né? As regras de formação de perguntas, ok? Eu tenho 6 tópicos aqui para analisar. Nesse primeiro vídeo vou analisar os primeiros 3, no segundo vídeo eu analiso mais 3 com a prática, ok? So, let's begin. As I told you in Portuguese, let me rephrase this in English for the non-Portuguese speakers. There are 6 points here that I'm going to cover. So in this first video, I'm going to cover 3 of them, and in a second video I will cover the other 3, and then we are going to do a little practice, okay? Okay, so let's start here with the 3 question rules formation for this first video, being the one of the classical things that we learn from the very beginning, okay? That is to make questions with modal verbs, okay, or they are also called special verbs. There are 16 in total, like can, will, may, might, must, should, okay? And to ask questions with tenses where there is an auxiliary, be, have, or both of them, including here the continuous tenses, the perfect tenses, and the perfect continuous tenses. To ask a question is very simple. You are going to invert the subject and the modal auxiliary verb. Okay? Highlighting here that you must think about what kind of question you are going to ask. What kind of question you are asking. Let me explain. If I take this example here, and I ask you, can you drive? Okay, this is the kind of question that it's going to accept only a yes or no answer. Okay, so these are called yes-no questions. So, can you drive? I can tell you, yes, I can, or I can tell you, no, I can't. Okay, so these are called yes-no questions. So think about the structure of the affirmative sentence. You can drive. You can drive. Okay, just invert the order, and then I have, can you drive? Then I'm going to also to change the intonation of my question. And then I'm going to have, yes, I can, or no, I can't, as an answer. Are you Brazilian? In this case, I have the verb be. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Will you go to the concert tomorrow? A question with will. Yes, I will. Or no, I won't. So in this case, I just invert the subject and the modal auxiliary verb. Okay, so different from here, highlighting here, why. In this case, I want any specific information. So this is what we call a double H question or information question. So my answer has to be based on what the double H pronoun, the interrogative pronoun, is introducing. Why are you crying? Because my dog ran away. Why are you crying? Because I dropped my popsicle. Another examples, we have plenty of double H pronouns. Why, when, what, which, how, which is a double H pronoun which does not start with double H. So how are you? I'm fine, thanks. When are you coming to Brazil? I'm coming to Brazil in December. So when? In December. Okay, and so on. So this is the classic first rule for question formation, which is the inversion of the subject and the modal or the auxiliary verb. Okay, highlighting here this idea of yes, no question and double H question. Okay, which is very simple. That's why I personally consider the structure of the English language very, very simple. If I have here, can you drive? I just have, you can drive. Can you drive? She can drive. Can she drive? Yeah. So it's a very simple language in a matter of structure. Okay, in the matter of structure. Okay, so moving on to our second topic. Now, there are cases in which I will need an auxiliary, okay, with the present and the past simple. Here in the video, in the channel, there are videos about the simple present. There are videos about the present continuous, both the theory and the practice. In this case, we highlight the use of the auxiliaries. This is because these verbs, they don't have the power. Let's say like this. I say that they are not powerful enough, so they need a kind of crutch to support them. Okay? They are not like the modal verbs and the auxiliary be, have. Okay? So they need a crutch. So I have here a question. Where do you live? Okay? Where do you live? Highlighting the presence of this do, which is very important. If I don't include the auxiliary in the question, my question is incomplete and does not make any sense. Okay? Where you live? Okay, informal spoken English. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. In informal spoken English, this is acceptable, but not as in a structure. So where do you live? Here I have here a question in the simple present, so I'm going to use the auxiliary do. Okay, the auxiliary does I'm going to use when the subject is either a he, a she, or it. Okay, so where do you live? I live in Brazil. Where does she live? She lives in the United States. Okay, just go and refer to the videos about the simple present and the present continuous available here in the channel. Okay, but don't forget to include do. This do just informs us that this is a question. The main verb here is live. Okay, the main verb here is live. Sometimes you may find questions where do is the main verb as well. What do you do for a living? So I must remind you that one of these is the auxiliary and the other one is the main verb. Okay, this is an example of an information question in the simple present. If we have a yes no question, the auxiliary comes first. All right, in this case I have here did, which is the auxiliary for the past tense. So if I ask you, did you go out last night? I'm going to answer yes or no. And in order to have the yes no answer, I'm going to repeat the auxiliary. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Okay, let me tell you another example. Do you live in Brazil? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you speak French? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Did she talk to you last night? Yes, she did. No, she didn't. So we are going to use did for all the subjects, okay, for all the persons, okay, exception with do, that we have does for he, she, and it. So with the present and the past simple, add do, does, or did before the subject. Always that we are talking about questions, we are going to use them before the subject. Highlighting this order, highlighting this structure is very important for our road of knowledge here. Okay, moving on to the next topic. Okay, so what we have next here are negative questions. Okay, negative questions are a very interesting topic in spoken language, okay, and in the structure of the language. Let me highlight here a topic. So we often use negative questions to show surprise, okay, let me highlight here for you, to show surprise, okay, or when you expect somebody to agree with you. It's a more sophisticated kind of question, okay. Then it also gets into the field of question tags, which I can talk in another video, in another chance. Okay, so is this to show surprise, or when you expect somebody to agree with you. Your intention will be revealed in your intonation. Okay, again I have information questions, information negative questions, and yes no negative questions. So if I ask you, why didn't you like the film? I didn't like the film because it was boring. Why didn't you like the film? I'm showing surprise. Okay, I thought the film was very interesting. I thought the film was very good. And I'm surprised that you didn't like. So I'm going to ask you, why didn't you like the film? Okay, I didn't like the film because it was boring. And here I have, if you analyze number 2 and connect with number 3, I have the auxiliary did in the negative. So that's what I call a negative question. Why didn't you like the film? I didn't like the film because it was boring. I didn't like the film because I don't like horror movies. I didn't like the film, whatever. Okay, reminding you that questions with why, I'm going to answer with because. Mhm. So, to show surprise. The second example that I have here, I'm expecting my interlocutor to agree with me or not. We are there in a place which I think it's beautiful. Then I turn to you and ask you, isn't this a beautiful place? Yeah, and the intonation has to show your intention. Isn't this a beautiful place? Isn't it a beautiful place? Then if my interlocutor agrees with me, he's going to say, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's wonderful. If not, you can say something like, well, no, I don't like this place. No, this isn't a beautiful place. And things like this. So here I have a yes, no, negative question. Okay, here with the verb be. Isn't this a beautiful place? So these are two examples of negative questions. Other examples. I like pizza very much. I am surprised that my friend doesn't. So, oh, why don't you like pizza? It's so good. Yeah, okay. We can think about several other examples. Why didn't you come yesterday? It was such a good party. And things like this. Okay? Examples of yes, no question, negative questions. I can turn to you and ask you, aren't you going to the show? In this case, to confirm something, which is another topic, right? Isn't this a beautiful place? For example, well, I think we have been here before. Haven't we been here before? I'm not sure. So checking information. So we have these other points for the negative questions. Okay. Isn't this expensive? I don't have much money. And then off it goes, right? So we have here these three topics. To make questions with modal verbs, with tenses where there is an auxiliary, invert the subject and the modal auxiliary verb. With the present and the past simple, add do or does or did before the subject. And pointing that we often use negative questions to show surprise when you expect somebody to agree with you. Okay, or when you expect somebody to agree with you. The same ideas is going to work the negative. For example, I ask you, can you drive? Okay, my interlocutor is going to answer me, no, I can't. And then I'm going to be surprised. Okay, why can't you drive? You are old enough to drive. Don't you like driving? Another negative question to check information. Don't you like driving? And then we create dialogues based in questions. There is a final note here about the negative questions. When contracted forms are used, the word order is the same as in normal questions about negative questions, okay? However, when full forms are used, you have to put the not. You have to write not between the subject and the verb. And I may highlight here that the meaning also changed, the intention also changed. Let me give you an example. Aren't you going to come? Okay, in this case, I can show surprise. I'm expecting someone to come and visit me, and the person said it's not going to happen. Then, aren't you going to come? Or the person is late. Then, okay, aren't you going to come? So I'm kind of showing kind of impatience. In this case, it will. What I mean here is that your intonation is important to show your intention. This is another topic of questions or anything expressed in oral language. Your intonation is important. So I'm not going to come because I'm busy. That would be the point. So contracted form here, right? Are you not going to come? In this case, I'm going to give a certain emphasis. Are you not going to come? And I think it sounds very formal. Are you not going to come? Okay, like of a confirmation. And I think that it makes the question a little bit stronger. Are you not going to come? Why didn't you tell me? For example, aren't you going to come? Oh no, I can't. I have an appointment on the same day. Oh, why didn't you tell me? We can change the schedule. Okay, in a fluid way, like in a fluid conversation. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, look at the difference. Why did you not tell me? So I give emphasis. I highlight it and I give emphasis. So the not here comes between the subject and the verb. And the negatives, I can either start this with a negative, okay, or I can write the negative after the information pronoun, the double H question. If I decided to write the full form, okay, I do this in the normal way. Okay? Why? Look, if I eliminate the not, the question makes sense. The same idea as we have here in the first rule. Are you going to come? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Oh, are you not going to come? Surprise. Okay. Why did you tell me? It was a secret. Now the not gives another meaning to the speech, right? Why did you not tell me? I think I could have helped you. Okay? We can explore more about negative questions if you wish. It's a very rich topic to be discussed. We can discuss negative questions in all the tenses. Okay? They are very useful in conversation. They are very practical in conversation. Okay? And if you wish to have a video about negative questions, just leave your comments here. Okay? Either your questions can also be included here in the comments, and asking you to do what we do. If you enjoyed the video, just subscribe at the channel. Okay? Click that you like the video. Also, if you happen to think the video was not useful, it will be a pleasure to know why and how we can help you. So these are the 3 first question formation rules in a very simple way, in a very broadened way, right? We can deep them always that you think it's necessary. Okay, so that's the first of a series of 3 rules. Okay, the next 3 I'll show you in the next video. Okay, so thanks for watching. My name is Gustavo Speschici. This is your PTP, your personal teaching program. Hoping to see you on the next video. Thank you very much.